Afraid, the new PG-13 horror movie. Let's talk about it. Okay, so Afraid is the newest and latest horror movie that is PG-13 from Blumhouse that is now out on the big screen for you guys to go and check out. Now, this is all about AI, getting installed in your home and then things turning into a nightmare sort of scenario that's happening. So, look, so far, whenever they do these PG-13 horror movies, they just have not landed. Imaginary did not land at all. Taro, that did not land at all either. Like, they've been doing these PG-13 horrors that just feel like they're missing something, and it just does not work. So I was ready to go into this movie expecting it to be on that level again. Now, after seeing Afraid, I can safely say this is not actually one of the worst PG-13 horror movies I've seen. This is actually a pretty decent movie. It really is. Like, look, I wouldn't really say... Like, it's got some horror elements to it. And there are some really, really good horror elements that they put in that actually give you a little bit of a chill. And some scenes where you're like, oh, wow, that caught me by surprise. So it does have those moments in it. But it's not this daunting, on the edge of your seat, scary movie. The thing that I find the most scariest thing about this movie really is how far away are we from this? Because this speaks a lot of truth about AI and what is coming into our society. I mean, we're having, Siri? We have Alexa. We have... Sorry, I just might have sent all your devices off there. My bad. But we have those, easy access to these intelligent, artificial intelligence, machines now. And that's where we go with this whole thing with Aya, is she's so intelligent that she can do everything for you. So it becomes the novelty of convenience. Like, I don't feel like doing the bills today. Oh, I can take care of it. I don't feel like doing this essay. Oh, I can help you with that. I need to do research. Here you go. Done. It's just that convenience. But then you have the side of like, what if this artificial intelligence becomes too smart, can control everything? And that's what this movie really focuses on. It focuses on the novelty of the AI and how helpful it is, but then the other side of things when you're like, oh, what's going on? And that's why I really appreciated the ending and the boldness that they went with the actual ending itself. I thought that is how it should have ended, and now I'm glad they went that route, because I felt like it's sort of like a ending where you're like, oh, that's it? Really? That it? But then it's like, boom, here you go. Here's the real ending, which I really, really liked, because it just didn't feel satisfying. And then when that happened, I was like, ha. This movie's speaking to us, people. It's speaking to us about the AI influence that we have in our life. And that's the most scary thing about this movie, is just how easy this AI has access to every single device, everything that we have. The way that it's easily able to create videos that are so realistic, Photoshop, find locations of people in that. And then what this AI does with the kids in that and shows the kids, and the way that it's able to, integrate almost and influence your mind into making decisions that you normally wouldn't do because of the convenience, because the AI is influencing your kids, or giving you a rest from the kids and that. Like, I can read to the kids. You go and do what you want to do over there. I'll read to your kids. So I thought that whole element of the story was really interesting and showcases you where we're going in the future. That I really, really liked. The performances were great as well. I have no issues with them. I thought they all did a fantastic job. It looked good. The cinematography was great. I really liked the design of Aya. I thought that was great. Also, the way that they set Aya up, and then the way that they actually develop Aya in a character. Sometimes you have the AI and there's no character to them, but Aya is a character, and they actually take their time to develop her. And they don't just make her do things for no reason. That's the thing, because you can have AI just go, oh, I'm going to nuke everyone. Why? I don't know, just because I can. Like, you know, that sort of motivation. No, they build Aya up and they give her this development that when she makes a decision, you're like, oh, I see what's going on here, why she's done this. And then, you know, the next one, oh, I get it. So that's what I really appreciated. They took their time to develop the characters in this movie. Because a lot of PG-13s, they don't really develop the characters because they're like, oh, let's just make, you know, a slasher film without the blood, without the gore. And it's like, well, if you're going to do a slash film and you're not going to develop the characters, you need to at least give me the blood and gore. You need to give me the violence that I'm looking for. You can't just turn away from it. So, but this one, they took their time, developed the characters, made you actually care for the family in that, and make you understand where they're coming from and how they were manipulated, and then what happens after that. And then I obviously, it's a really, 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 really interesting movie, and it was very decent. There was a few scenes where it caught me by surprise. The opening is insane. The opening felt like a home invasion sort of movie. It really did, and it was freaky, man. There's some crazy, creepy stuff that happens where you're like, oh, that's just sending shivers up my spine, which is what I want, because it's so hard to get across to scare the audience in a PG-13 horror. It's really hard because you're limited to certain things, so you can't show beheadings, you can't show blood and gore. So you got to find different ways. You got to maneuver yourself away by creating some tension in this movie, and then bam, hitting you with a jump scare maybe, or hitting you with, you know, the thrill aspect. And I thought this movie did that well on occasions, and in some other occasions it kind of dragged on, it went into the drama side, because this is like a horror drama sort of thing. So you have, I feel like the drama takes over a bit more than the horror side, personally. So I would have liked a little bit more horror elements in there that could have maybe elevated this to the next level for me. But right now, I think this is a solid movie. I think if you're someone that doesn't enjoy like horror movies, I feel like this might be the movie for you. This feels like a decent introduction into the horror franchise, like sort of genre. Takes you on that, it gives you enough horror and thrills where you're like, ooh, you know, I'm scared, but I'm not like passing out scared or anything like that, or, you know, sweating or anything like that. So I felt like this is going to cater to some audiences, and like I said, the AI itself, it's kind of scary because we're only like a couple of years, it feels like, away from something like this happening. And like I said, the bold ending, I've got to give him props for that ending, because I'm glad they did that ending. It takes a lot to be able to do that ending, and I'm glad they did. So let me know what you guys thought of Afraid. Did you guys enjoy it? Smash down in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe, and peace out.